Join me as we talk all things true crime.
Made contact and shattered.
Parents have called in and advised that the mother has went through a wall, came home, now they can't find her.
Chad, where are Lori's kids? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
4 were stabbed multiple times and were likely asleep during the attack. Some had defensive wounds.
Most of them had just like one that was the lethal stab wound.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Once I told a lie, and I told my family, I had to keep lying.
McSherman is a demon.
We haven't cleared anybody.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for being here for another ATS News live stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know, mods, if you can hear me. Hi Melanie, Adrian, good to see you. I saw Debbie and Johnny here. I think we are ready to kind of dig into this new chapter in this saga that we've been watching, a saga or train wreck, whatever you want to call it, but it sort of sucked us in the moment that this kind of took place. It started out as what was portrayed to everybody as a crime that was taking place. And then slowly, as we've been unraveling it and peeling back the onion of this situation, it's kind of turned into, wait a minute, like the victim being quote unquote stalked has actually shown signs that they were stalking the claimed stalker. And we've also seen elements of this sort of seeming like it was premeditated, like the crime con kick out of Christina. Everything's just kind of flipped, whereas we walked into this being very open-minded about the situation, what exactly was taking place. And then it started to kind of show us more and more that what we thought was actually true quickly turned into like, wait, this isn't adding up. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like a victim at all. For those who don't know what we're talking about, in mid 2025, October 2025 this year, Lauren from Hidden True Crime posted a long live stream over 9 hours claiming she was being stalked, harassed, and bullied by someone she identifies online who we know as Christina. In the stream, she says this behavior had escalated over months, affecting her personal life, family, business, and sense of safety. Now, these are the claims that Lauren came out stating. She said the alleged stalker began as an online acquaintance and supporter, but became obsessive and hostile after they parted ways. Lauren says there are defamatory posts and messages, attempts to contact her professional contacts and corroborators, harassing online content and TikToks meant to belittle or smear her. And she also reports of reported unwanted contact or physical proximity. I'm assuming that means the crime con situation where Lauren bought the ticket knowing that her alleged stalker would be there. And this is just stuff that we've ironed out. We've also seen evidence, actually a very lack of evidence of everything that she claimed. And even the judge basically told her, a judge in what we've seen so far, 2 police departments have told her that there is no crime that has taken place. And just because people are saying things that you don't like doesn't mean that you're being stalked or cyber harassed. So that's where we're at. And by the way, has anyone seen those videos of Gypsy Rose that I posted? Yes, there's no damn evidence. That we're open-minded and there's more and more stuff coming out. I do follow other channels reportings on this subject and sort of just on topics that I know I won't touch here, like her book that she wrote and the online blog that she had. But when it comes to this body cam and the phone calls that we're going to go through, like I wait to watch it with you guys. Because so the last time that we were looking at this, they were in an apartment in Nevada, and Henderson police dealt with the call. And he pretty much told her that there was no crime, but he was very helpful in kind of directing them, like, well, next time use an NDA, or, maybe you should be contacting a civil lawyer. But we didn't get to see this part that has come out this week, which is basically them calling, the police department calling Gigi. Hey, Neat Noodle. It's good to see everybody. Thank you, Shay. And it's good to see you. Yeah, so there's just a lot. Thank you, Melanie. That means a lot to me. All right, so hit that like button, actually. If you could just do that. It's all I ask for, guys. Just like and subscribe and meet me here during the weeks now that I'm getting better sleep with the baby getting older and all that. So yeah, we haven't heard Gigi's phone call with the officer, and we also haven't heard Christina's phone call with the officer, which we can watch next. So we're going to get into that. And if it's the Christina phone call that I'm thinking of, I actually did a read through of the police reports. So that is in video form on my channel, if it's the same call that I'm thinking of. So I'll be curious to see if that is the same report that I read, incident report. So let's get into this. This is the officer. He's going to call Gigi, who apparently has had conversations with Lauren and Grayson about stuff that was anonymously sent to her. So somebody randomly sent Gigi these screenshots of text messages of Lauren's and just things that look very bad for Lauren's reputation. Like Lauren and John came out saying something along the lines in the body camera we went over earlier this week, that everything that they worked for was about to be over with in one foul swoop. So not that direct quote, but something very, very similar to that. And it's like, what we think we know what was in those messages, I think is much worse, sadly. Hang on. Just trying to get sound. I don't know what's going on. Okay, that's not the one I want to share. 1 second. We want to start with Gigi's and then get to Christina's. Yes, here we go.
Hello?
Hello, this is Officer Bowlby at Henderson Navada Police. Is this Jennifer?
It is. How are you?
All right, good. Thank you for calling me back.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Dealing with this.
My grandma's in ICU, so I just keep my phone off.
No, that's fine. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, please. I just let you know I'm recording this with my body camera, right?
Okay.
Do you have any? I left you just a little bit of a message. Do you have any idea why I'm calling you, or you know anything about what I've mentioned?
Yeah, kind of. So I think I can sum this up really quick for you. At least my perspective.
Okay.
This is somebody who has a popular true crime YouTube channel, 250,000, maybe more followers.
When you say this person, you're talking about
Lauren Matthias.
Lauren.
And the thing that we have to I wanted to highlight is Gigi says something along the lines of people should be aware of who they're supporting. And I totally agree with that statement. You'll hear her say that. And I hope you guys kind of get that it's Gigi has information that she easily could have put out there, and she hasn't. So unfortunately, she's kind of been dragged into this public record reveal that's been going on. Like, I don't think ever expected this phone call to go public. But I think what her message is to the officer is, I'm not going to release that stuff, but I do think, people should be aware of who they're supporting.
Lauren herself, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't like drama. Like, I just do my job and kind of was put into this. Really, I think what the case is here is, just behind people's backs, content creators that she has worked with, victims, family members of violent crimes that we cover, national media cases. She talked crap about a lot of people behind their back.
Yep. People do that.
Falling out, and her brand is about to be gone. I mean, that's really kind of it.
And I think the main thing I really want to highlight with this phone call with Gigi is it just backs up the same thing that we've been saying from day one. And this isn't a stalking situation or you feeling unsafe. This is you worried about your own actions becoming public.
Sent some messages kind of anonymously that were about me personally, which I don't care. I did not go public and say, look what Lauren Matthias said about me. It's just not how I roll. So I kind of kept it close. Had a few more people in the media approach me and say, oh, did you get some information about Lauren Matthias? Yeah, I did. Didn't ask to see theirs. Didn't see it. Didn't show them my stuff. Just interesting.
Okay.
So pretty much what Lauren says, and Grayson are saying when they were saying in our last live stream is somebody was sending screenshots and like proof of Lauren's own words and basically saying this is going to get out there, hidden, what was it? Hidden true slime or something that was basically saying like, you are not who you portray yourself as, and we're going to expose it. And they told Gigi and had this whole conversation, like wanting to know like who sent the email. And Gigi said like, it's anonymous, but yeah, it looks like something hidden true lies. And, what it comes down to is just, there's more to this as far as screenshots that were shown and said from Lauren. And I think there's more victims' families involved than just the ones that we saw of Kresha and the Vallow family. Like, that's my feelings towards it, because the stuff that we saw wasn't anything where it aligns with John saying everything we worked for is about to be done in one foul swoop. Like, there must be so much worse things out there, which is really concerning. And it just shows more and more that the desperation that she took to get a hold of that Bobby Joe homicide detective in Aurora and go to the lengths to put this temporary protection order on Christina right before flying out to CrimeCon, knowing that Christina would be there. Christina wasn't even served in person in her state that she lived in Utah. She had to be served in Colorado. It was all her last desperate attempt to silence this situation, because the body cam that we watched and that takes place here is June 19th. The body cam where she's in the pink sweatshirt that we watched a couple weeks ago was end of July, the 23rd, I believe. And then CrimeCon was the first week of September. So it was like she went through those links to kind of get a crime on paper, and there was no crime according to them. So then they kind of created this crime, like, oh, I'll put a TPO on her and then I'll show up at CrimeCon and she'll be forced to be either arrested or kicked out. Because remember what John said, like immediately in their response is he was like, the moment that she broke the TPO, she should have been in handcuffs. So it's like that, to me, kind of backs up this whole like plot that was pretty much planned, in my opinion. Like I that's how I see the situation as of right now.
We all got an email when we were at trial in Phoenix last week from an anonymous person. Proton email, very common when people don't want to be traced. It tagged a lot of people, prosecutors in Idaho for the Lori Vallow case, me, other people in the media, victims' family members, where it just says, you know, she's talked crap about you, and you, and she's going to be exposed. We all kind of were like, we got work to do, not our problem, you know? That's essentially all I know.
So you don't know who these text messages came from or anything?
No, I got anonymously through a Proton email. Which I deleted. I mean, I just don't do drama. Once I kind of saw what it was about, I'm a single mom of 3. My 90-year-old grandma lives with me. Like, I don't have time.
I get it.
The time I have is like, I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't get involved in drama. Well, her assistant called me today, really pressing me. Lauren called me the other day. I'm in ICU. I'm not answering. It's just, you know, my grandma was about to die, and I was like, this is the furthest thing from my mind.
Right.
I just chose not to go public with it. It's not what I do.
Okay.
I don't want to be a part of anybody's public downfall, even if they did talk crap about, you know, victims' families is kind of the thing that bothers me the most.
Right.
But yeah, so it's just, I've seen stuff from, you know, about me. I have heard what has been said about other people, but that's word of mouth. You know, it's not.
Right.
It's
and
not
there's their First Amendment rights too. You know, people can talk smack all they want, blah, 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 you know, but.
Right. And there's also the right to release them, even if you're mad at somebody. I know she was claiming she got extorted, which I said, go to the police. If you have somebody saying, I'm going to, you know, if you don't pay me $5,000 I'm going to go public, like, that's a crime. You should go to the police. But like, I got nothing for you.
Right.
You know, her assistant was questioning me about who I've talked to, who has reached out to me. And I said, people trust me. And like, that's why, because I'm not going to tell you anybody.
I know. I did a little bit of research too. So I kind of understand who you are, where you come from. So, and I mentioned it to her. I'm like, I could ask for a source, but I mean, that's her credibility. That's her livelihood. Why would she give me the source?
And I mean, it's like, I'm not giving up my friends, because the thing is this, at the end of the day, like you say, you have a right to talk smack about people.
And that's the thing, is Gigi told Grayson and Lauren, like, I'm sorry, like, I can't tell you who told me. But you know, I just would rather keep it private, anonymous, this and that. And then, as this officer said just now to Gigi, is like, yeah, I mean, I told her that, you know, that's on her to keep it private. Those are her sources. So pretty much Lauren wanted this officer to like put the pressure on Gigi to like tell them. It's like, that's not what the officer and authority figures should be doing in their time.
When your little friend group breaks up and there are hurt feelings, don't be surprised when you put those messages on their phone where you're talking crap about people who have been nothing but nice to you.
Yeah.
Get mad.
All right.
You know, she kind of started this at a trial in April in Phoenix. We all had to get together. She said, I was hacked and I'm being extorted. So I walked away because I was like, this is drama. I'm here to be with my friends.
And remember in the body cam when they discussed the hacking with this officer, and he basically said, like, well, that's technically not hacking. So again, they're telling Gigi and other people that extortion and hacking XYZ, they're being told like that's not what's happening. And then she still goes and does the July stunt when they're drunk, in my opinion, especially Grayson. And she's in the pink hoodie, and they just do it all over again. They do the whole charade before another police department in another state.
I want to hear, it has nothing to do with me.
Right.
So I didn't even really hear her side, but her assistant today was very panicked. I think it's just become clear to her that people have found out the nasty stuff she said really that was unwarranted. We've all been kind to her.
Right.
And and including victims' families that she launched her podcast on and would have live on her show, was a friend of them that talked crap about them behind their back for no reason other than just middle school drama.
Yeah.
So she's in panic mode because her channel is about to be toast. And I hear people want this exposed. People need to know who they're following. 275,000 followers. They need to know they're following somebody that will have somebody on her show that has lost 2 family members to a violent crime, and turn around and go to the group and talk crap about this family member when they visited each other and had time together over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So it's really just
it's like two-faced and
so bad. But for me, it's like, we are in our 40s, grow up.
Yeah.
Could I have went public and got a lot of clicks? Yeah, but I don't have time for that. Like,
right.
My cup is empty.
Right.
and people know.
Gigi is just so real and genuine. I think everyone should subscribe to her after this stream. I believe her channel is called Pretty Lies and Alibis. And I think I'm already subbed to her because I followed her Murdoch coverage. But she's just somebody, like few YouTubers that we kind of highlight over here, like Alex Erickson, that are just genuine people and that you can trust your information coming from, which has kind of been an added thing to all this, is kind of seeing that, the sub number has nothing to do with what's going on behind closed doors on some of these channels, specifically Hidden True Crime. And that this whole thing was never going to be in anybody's view until she brought it to everyone's attention.
So for me, it's like, don't come at me with drama. I've defended her in the past where people have said, you need to talk to Lauren. I'm like, I already talked to Lauren. She's a grown woman. She, if you think her channel is going astray, talk to Lauren. Like,
right.
I'm not a middleman. I'm not even that close to her.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm on a police department. I'm in my early 50s, and there's drama in the police department, and we can talk to bad guys all day long at the hood of our car, but for some reason we can't talk to each other in the locker room.
Right. No, it's crazy. And for me, it's just really sad because we deal with a genre, as you know, in law enforcement. It is devastating. And it's very sensitive stuff.
Yep.
And so people are rightfully going to be mad when they find out a family that you've had on your podcast time and time again that have made you a lot of money, that you have talked bad about them when they've done nothing but sort of invite you into their fragile little worlds at a really terrible time.
Right.
It's just backlash that's really kind of warranted. To me, because we don't need people like that, in my opinion, in the true crime world.
Yeah, it makes everybody kind of look bad.
It absolutely has made it makes everybody. We've been saying this since this whole thing started. That first we started with, if this is true, then that's terrible. This makes everybody look bad, and then it confirmed to be true. And the Vallow family spoke out like, hey, what the heck? Like, why are you comparing yourself to Charles Vallow, etc.? Like, it was just, everything was just done poorly from their side of things. From day one, even this officer can see it.
Yeah, it does, because there's people who really care about these families that we get to know and want to bring these victims to life. And when you've got a bad apple in the bunch, it does tend to reflect bad on all of us. So that's really, other than talking bad about victims' families, that's kind of my thing, is we struggle to be legitimate as sources. And so when somebody does something like this, and it's just middle school stuff.
Yeah.
And it comes back and people find out, if somebody doesn't like her and they say, hey, she's talked crap about you, it's kind of their right.
Yeah.
If they have sat and listened to it for years, and her assistant was trying to play me audio of like somebody they think this is coming from talking smack about me. I said, look, I don't know this woman. I don't care. I'm a podcaster. People are going to talk smack about me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose any sleep. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know her. I said, what I care about is somebody that I've been a friend to, and when we've seen each other at trial or driving her home so she didn't have to take an Uber. I said, what hurts is that, but did I lose sleep? No, not really. I mean, there's bad seats everywhere. So, no, if she's in panic mode, she's about to lose everything, and that's really, this is kind of I think a knee-jerk reaction to realizing that years of smack talking people who have done nothing wrong to you, have been kind to you, it's like, oh my gosh, like I never thought these would get out. I think that's really where we are.
Okay. So just to kind of recap then, Jennifer, so you got an anonymous message with some text messages, copies of text messages where Lauren had talked to you talk smack about you at some point. And then you're aware there's other text messages that might be out because you're on that email from Proton, but you don't know the source of any of these text messages?
No, I mean, I've heard names, but I don't know who they are, so I can't say that's who. And the other thing, like, you're not going to tell her what we talked about, right?
No, I don't need to. I say I'll talk to you and I don't have what I need.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't, I don't know any of these people that were in her group. I deal with my own stuff, so I have no clue who you know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell you for sure it's this person or that person.
Okay.
And they weren't just necessarily, I can't even say they were text messages. They may have been even Facebook Messenger. That's, so it was either text or Facebook Messenger. I got these in May. So it's been a while, and I've deleted everything. I don't, it's like my kid uses my iPad. I tell her all the time, don't get involved.
Yeah, I don't think she's afraid of you necessarily putting out the information, but she's afraid of the information getting out there.
Yeah, I would never. I mean, I could have went with this in May if I wanted to,
but the information you have is just on you, right?
Correct. Yeah, I haven't seen anything actually about somebody else. The only thing I have seen is what was specific to me.
Okay.
I mean, of course, people chatter.
Yeah.
Well, I got this message, and so that kind of thing. But
so other people are saying that there's stuff out there, but I mean, whether it's seen or not is a different story.
Right, and like I say, I can't say who sent them because I don't know who these people are. To be honest, I've never met them in my life.
Okay.
So good luck with the girl drama.
I'm about done with it. I've been on this for a while yet, so.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you very much for calling back.
I wish I could help. You're very welcome.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So now he's about to walk back inside and kind of give the bad news that she didn't give up her source. So her and Grayson are going to be stunned that the officer didn't get more, basically, from Gigi. And you'll also notice that since it didn't go their way, Lauren barely looks up at the officer as he's telling her about the phone call with Gigi. The first time I saw that, I just thought it was really disrespectful, given with how long he's been on this call for, when he could have been. He even says at one point, I hope my sergeant doesn't get upset. I've spent a lot of time here, blah, blah, blah. That was just my viewpoint. She's just being told something she doesn't want to hear. And then after this, we will switch over to Christina's call. And that whole follow-up incident that goes along with all this. And yeah.
So you have the incident number, you have all that. So, I'm not getting anything from the phone calls that I have. So, it's just documentation right now. So,
what are they? Who was it?
Unknown sources and anonymous. So the anonymous Proton email came up, saying that there's information, but I've talked to Jennifer and. Too many names. I'm sorry.
Oh, Gigi is Jennifer. Yeah.
Yeah, and Stephanie.
Okay. And what did Stephanie say?
She says she's got messages from the past and stuff, denying that she's part of this kind of thing. Says it's past it. She did mention the Christina. She mentioned that person.
That she's sending texts.
She feels that might be somebody that might be more involved with it, but but that's once again speculation too, from my guess is, or
and see how he follows it up with, but that's just speculation. But Lauren didn't hear that part.
Or based on what she was saying, she's speculating. So whether she knows more or not, she's not sharing it. So, and then same with Gigi. She said it was just specific texts to her about her. And she says she don't care. She put it to the side. She's like, she doesn't want a part of the drama. And she has spoke with other people that said they've seen other text messages.
Okay.
But some of the names out there she's not familiar with.
Okay. I'm going to throw this out here. And this has been on my mind the whole time. And you're going to roll your eyes and you'll be like, where's this person from? But if we're going to do this, I need to bring them up because you're going to be like, this is circumstantial. But I have good reason to believe that this person's involved. So I'm going to throw it out there to you.
Mm-hmm.
His name
Mm-hmm.
is a hacker
Mm-hmm.
who's actually done this to other podcasters, including someone named Mandy Matney, who was the Murdoch Murders podcast host, and he did the same thing to her. He became my friend. He's sort of like a cyber. He collects everything. He told me he collects everything. I introduced him to the Dateline producer, and the Dateline producer told me, he's like, he breaks the law, man. Like, I can't use him. And he told me himself, says, I save everything. In reading the emails, he's now blocked me from all messages and blocked me from everything. And in reading this sort of Proton email about the people he's referring to, I think he considers himself a bit of a cyber Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
He lives for this. It's
Mm-hmm.
like this.
I'd love to know the real reason why this guy blocked her.
This is what he does.
Okay.
He's friends with Steffi and Colette. He's now blocked me on everything. I see that everything from him is officially encrypted. So do I have anything beyond circumstantial evidence for you now? No.
If it goes to the point of criminal or civil, like I said, depends on what's put out. Mm-hmm. You can always bring his name up at that time, and as far as this, that, whatever.
Okay. That's why I needed to bring him up to you so you could guide me. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, just hang on to that information.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I have a couple questions. I'm a little nervous to ask. Did you get the sense from Gigi like this is going public or no?
No. Well, not on her side. I mean, she's not going to do nothing with it. Her mom's sick. She doesn't need drama. She said.
No, I know exactly. I agree. Right, but did she tell you what she?
Her grandma's sick. Right. But did she, he just answered you. Like, they're so worried about their image and reputation.
He told us, which is, yeah, get ready. This is going to go public. And
No, she didn't say that.
oh, because she told us today that, yeah, she said, yeah, it's about.
Well, if she knows more than what she's leading on, then that's her. Because once again, she says, I've got, different sources that I need to protect as well and stuff. And I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if she knows more, she wasn't alluding to it. So.
Yeah.
And then,
But I think if anything, she might be just here because it sounds like you all are in the same group chats / whatever, in this circle of whatever, work group kind of thing. So if she's hearing from circles, text messages from this, phone call from that, then maybe she believes she heard enough. I'm just speculating that she probably heard it from enough people that certain things are out. And so then it may, go from there.
Yeah.
So I take everything when people tell me things, I take everything with a grain of salt.
right.
Because if I say something's going to explode, what do you think? Compared to what does that person think? Compared to what that person thinks?
Right. Yeah.
Or this is huge.
Right.
What's huge?
Yeah. And then my other question, I just, as their assistant, I'm trying to gauge this so I can PR this myself a little bit.
Well, crisis.
I can get crisis management.
Crisis management. And I said this, and I'll say it again. In the last one, I said, I think what I have summed up so far is Grayson is not somebody who helps the situation. I think she makes things much worse. And I think it would be in Hidden True Crime's best interest to cut ties personally, because she has kind of made things worse.
enforcement in, is we have to, in our agency. Did Stephanie maybe get the understanding that this could, if she's doing this shit, it could get bad for her?
Yeah, were you able to explain that they're on the line, like they're,
If she's releasing stuff, she's on the line?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, 100%.
okay.
Yep.
Because I think she'd be the one to get a little scared and be like, whoa, back up.
did she seem to understand?
Yeah, 100%.
She's the one.
Based on her, and this is just phone. I mean, I can't see body language. I can't see
Right,
body
you can't
language.
see body
Yes, Jessica.
Right,
I'd be willing to think that it's not necessarily her, although she could be sharing stuff with another party, and that other party is maybe doing this.
Yeah.
But her herself, probably not. Would she share this information that I said today with this other person? Yeah.
right. But she suggested she thinks Christina's more involved. And yeah.
She mentioned the name Christina twice. So
Okay, yeah, Christina is the one that quit the contract work and sent us,
That screenshot that I sent you.
Yeah.
So,
which was funny because that was a screenshot of Stephanie's, but okay,
well, they obviously know each other by name. So
correct.
Yeah.
Correct, they do.
so it depends on why the sharing of the text for
Right.
one.
I didn't introduce them, by the way, they didn't know each other.
Yeah. So it just depends on why the sharing of the text, you know?
Okay.
So, but I let her know that I saw the text. And she mentioned Facebook, communication through Facebook Messenger as well, I guess. So.
And so she said, I have a bunch of texts, but I'm not sending them out.
Yeah. In so many words, yeah.
Okay, and she said, again, she understood that she shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
And remember when all this first went down, hidden gems, as they're called, I guess, her supporters were saying that the text messages, or if there were ones that were out there, were altered possibly and photoshopped and weren't real. Lauren isn't saying any of that here to the officer. Like, she's pretty much acknowledging that they're real, that Gigi has them, that she's seen them, that other people have shown her some of them too. Not once have she said, I think that they're altering them and that they're AI or that they're photoshopped. So that right there, I think, people who are still saying like they're not real, this and that, like, it's real. This has exposed that aspect too. Because everything today we have to question AI and Photoshop, especially screenshots, But none of that has been discussed here. None of that was discussed in the July body cam. She just keeps saying screenshots and emails and messages are out there.
Okay, and Gigi also understood.
Yeah, Gigi wants nothing to do with this.
I know she doesn't, but then, yeah, we hear she's talking to a lot of people, so, okay.
Well, and that's the thing. You hear talking about a lot of people, but what does that mean?
right.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're
You have
welcome.
no idea.
This is a
Yeah,
little bit
I'm
longer than I
a little bit,
expected, so
emotionally exhausted.
I'm hoping my
Like,
sergeant's going to understand.
Yeah, I don't mean to just be like sitting here, I'm just like so emotionally exhausted and,
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm not discounting that at all.
yeah.
I'm
no,
sure you got many, many concerns. And the problem with that is, here, you mind taking some advice?
Please.
And it's going to be hard to do, 100%. You're going to have to find a quiet space, a little meditation, go to the gym, whatever it is, whatever gets that stress off, a good walk, a good swim, whatever that is. You need to exercise and just sweat that stuff out. And meditate and say some prayers if you're religious and be like, it is what it is. Because I'm not saying it's not going to hurt if it happens, but you're not going to be able to control whether it happens or not.
Yeah.
So you're trying to control what you don't know may or may not happen. And that's what's chewing you up right now. You're stressing out so much about what if.
Yeah.
And you don't know if at all.
And just like the officer said theirs, you're stressing out over something that you have no control over. And they agreed. So then what does she do? Instead of listening to what the officer said and, just kind of letting faith take hold of everything and, it is what it is type of deal and finding ways to relieve stress, they create more escalation. They create more situations to use against Christina by the time they do the TPO in the first week of September, the day or days before CrimeCon, knowing that Christina was going to be there. So it's almost like they knew they couldn't control the situation, but then they decided that they were going to take it into their own hands. That's how I see this.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you.
So all you can do is be prepared for the what if. Whether it's a crisis management person or PR person or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I don't know what their titles are nowadays, but yeah, you could sit here and what if for every minute of the day, every hour of the day, and it's just going to chew you up. You're going to lose sleep and all that kind of stuff. Find a quiet place, put on some good old 80s music or something and jam out, or Backstreet Boys or whatever it is, your jam was back in the day. Just go dancing in private or public, doesn't matter. Just blow off some steam. Go to these one of these destruction rooms downtown where you get take a sledgehammer to a TV or something.
I haven't done that before, but maybe
we'll go do that.
Say a prayer, meditate, and then go destruct.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you can thank me later.
Yeah. Officer, I just want to say this. This has been exhausting. I want you to know a little bit about our day. I was about to take my 7-year-old son on a vacation. And we heard everything happening, and I had a panic attack. I couldn't even move.
Mm-hmm.
I make money for my family. I just think about how I've hurt my whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what to do. And she's like, call the police. Like, she called dispatch. I know this is a complicated thing. I know that this is almost like dealing with like adults back in high school. He said, she said.
We have it in the police department too. Don't worry about it. It's everywhere still. Some people don't grow up.
I want you to know the time you have taken to try to understand and care means a lot.
Well, thank you. I try.
So thank you. It won't be forgotten.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully those calls tonight will be sufficient.
Yeah. So we missed a $500 flight today. I haven't seen my son because my husband said he doesn't need this. Just stay here and deal with this. And we're gonna start picking out the pieces. And you're right. Like, you can't control this now.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate your efforts.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now close the computer and go break some stuff or something.
Will do.
All right.
Thank you.
Just don't break anything on the way there.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
I'm sorry, but there's nothing that would keep me from going on vacation with my kid. Especially since she said she hadn't seen him since XYZ. I don't know. Again, that's just my opinion, my little 2 cents. So this is also new that a few channels have put out. We'll watch ours through Every Day with Jay. I've liked the video. I've seen some of the coverage through Jay in regards to her book and the Mormon Stories podcast, which I watched some of that on my own as well too, and her blog. So I've gathered a lot from Lauren's background. So let's dig into what Christina had said. Now, I think this is the incident report that I've already read through on my channel, but I'll be interested to see this video. And yeah, I really think that they try to take this whole situation into their hands and kind of create the scenario where Christina got bombarded and kicked out of CrimeCon. I think the audio is muted on his body cam, so we'll just give it 1 second.
Why do you email that I missed your call? Because I didn't even see it till I looked at that email.
Yeah, no problem. If I remember right, it was a Google voice, so I know that can not work perfectly, so no problem. Just let you know. Yeah, just let you know I'm recording this conversation on my Bodycam, all right?
Oh yeah, thank you.
All right, yeah, not a problem. So, well, let me go back to the original day of notes and whatever I got here. So
You called me on the 20th.
yeah, it was
June 20th.
Yep.
Okay, so I do believe this is the incident report that I read through on my channel a few days ago. And the date of this, I think, is July 14th. Hold on, let me check that video while I play this.
So, I'm guessing by now you have an idea why I called, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So what it came down to is the
Actually, if you could, I feel like sometimes, the game of telephone happens. If you could just, I feel like, let's pretend I don't.
Okay, July 3rd. Yes, thank you guys. So June was the body cam we just saw, June 19th. He called Christina June 20th. She didn't answer, I read in the report. And then this is their reconnect, and it's a follow-up report.
Because it could have gone through, who knows? With the game of telephone, things get rewired in the process. So I feel like maybe I should just hear it from you.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you don't want to talk about what you've heard or whatever, or what you think it's about, that's just fine. So we had somebody report possible, I'm just kind of paraphrasing in a sense, not theft of text messages, emails, but basically copying and sharing and threatening to use them to injure or, harm reputation pretty much, right? So.
Wait, hold on. There's been actual threats.
When I say the word threat, it's based on what they were saying. So.
And again, her shock there about officers being told that there's actual threats being made against Lauren. I think that was a genuine reaction. Like, what threats? And to this day, after going over this stuff for weeks and weeks, guys, and tomorrow we're going to do our defamation study, because there is rumor that Christina could possibly have a defamation lawsuit against Lauren with this whole stalking situation that has unraveled. So we've kind of delved into the subject of defamation, and we're going over her 9-hour stream and the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. So we're meshing that study to kind of coincide with, does Christina have a legitimate suit against Lauren for defamation? You guys let me know in the comments and in the live chat. But so yeah, we still have not seen any direct threats to Lauren.
Threat by law, that depends on the state and what the definition of threat is.
I'm a little bit okay. I clearly have no idea then what's going on. What's the definition of threat in Nevada?
Okay.
I literally have no idea.
Okay, so we don't need to go quite there, because if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'm not going to go into deep definition of this, that, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So somebody that you had worked for in the past, you were contracted to work with. Let me just get this straight. And I hate to say it, but we go from calls. So I don't want to make sure that I get everything proper here. So Lauren Matthias.
Yeah, Matthias.
Matthias, okay. So you were contracted to work for her, I believe. Is that correct?
No, I mean, we were friends, and she asked me to do a few design jobs for her, and I said I would give her a friend discount, but I would still charge her. So I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a contractor for her. I was a friend doing a favor, and I obviously still billed for my time at a discounted rate.
Okay. So you knew her, and you did business for her, compensated for it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's between some other parties, there was discussion of, and a particular email that went out about some text messages that could be damning to her, in a sense, from her point of view.
Are you talking about the one Lauren sent herself? She sent it herself.
I just know that there were some text messages out there. She was concerned of being put out in the public.
Yes, but the email you referred to is an email that Lauren sent herself, as well as others, under a fake email address that was supposedly encrypted, but it was her.
Okay, well, I don't know how you came up with that, but yes, it was by the email, Proton email, which is used for encryption purposes. Why she would email herself that, I have no idea. Considering it went out to several people and she was extremely concerned about the situation. So I don't know if you could enlighten me how you figured out she was the one that sent it.
Okay, hold on.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing I don't want.
Dun dun dun. This is interesting. I didn't see that coming.
I want to, but here's where I'm nervous. Okay, like I don't know what extent Lauren's gonna go with what she's doing, and I know that because a report was filed, you probably will report back to her on things that were said and things that were claimed, and I don't know if I want to play that. Like, I don't want to give away how I know that it was her who sent it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, hold on. Number one, like, I am really impressed with your due diligence here. Like, respectfully, like, I just literally even told my mom and dad, it sounds dumb, like a few days ago, like how impressed I am. Because you guys have, like, I've been really disappointed in my police department. So hearing from you guys follow up on a report like this has made me very impressed.
Well, thank you.
I'm literally really impressed. Anyway, but my problem here, I forget.
I think any annoyance from him is probably because he's been dealing with this BS and he just wants to know how she knows that those emails were set up and faked by Lauren herself. But yeah, everyone's saying that he was a jerk to her. Like, I want to see more, but I wonder if that has something to do with that. Like, he's just like, oh, just tell me how you know that. And hello, Kelt. Merry Christmas to you too.
My ADHD just went off the thing on thinking how impressed I am of you guys. But my point is Lauren, I'm personally, the level of harassment that is going on from Lauren to others, it is unmatched. Like, background check her, because there are some things, like, I suggest running background checks on her and her family. It's just, I'm just a little nervous to volunteer much more information just because of the nature of her. I don't know how else to say it.
Okay. Well, let me think how I could do this to ease your mind, I guess. So this is obviously across several states because there's several names that were brought up that live in different parts of the United States, right? So the concern, yes. the concern that she brought was text messages that were supposedly threatened to be put out there, and once again to possibly tarnish her reputation. So,
I've never screenshotted anything she has sent me. Like, I've never done any of that. I'm not worried about that at all. I can be very open with you. I've not threatened her. She's threatened me. And this is so interesting to me that, like, I just don't know her game plan. I don't know her end game here. And it's
okay. Well, so where I was going with that is she has those concerns. She showed me an email that was, from Proton. So I did my due diligence as far as I could and within the law of, trying to see where we were at with what she had to say. Okay. So with that, once again, the concern of certain text messages and what it comes down to in Nevada is a phone conversation that is recorded. It has a two-person
your two-party consent.
Two-party consent, correct. So with the state Supreme Court also case law said that that includes text messages. So, I mean, if you're...
Wait. Do you have the citing of that? Because I tried to look that up after you called me, like between the time you called me and we're talking now. And I couldn't find the, like, case law on that.
Let's see if I copied it down.
Because technically, isn't it like you are the person in the conversation?
Here's the thing. She obviously has communications with, had communications with you and others, and whatever was said in those communications is considered a private communication between those parties. All right?
Yes.
So if that private communication is screenshotted, like you brought up, not me, you brought up, is screenshotted and then shared, then you're basically violating Nevada law.
But what law? And how am I subject to Nevada law when I don't live in Nevada? Even if I were to do that, let's say.
Well, if she's here and, if she's here in Nevada and it happens, she's sending the text messages while she's here in Nevada, then yeah, it's Nevada law.
But I'm not in Nevada. Like,
I get it. I hear what you're saying.
Okay. Like maybe there is one day I have to screenshot. I mean, I don't have anything damning on her, like between me and her at all. But I don't talk the way she talks. Like I shut that down so quickly when I first became friends with her.
Okay.
I call it a sliding glass doors on it.
Well, then obviously you have nothing to worry about then.
No, I know, but I'm trying to understand though. Like, but I might screenshot my conversations with her and put it in my like Dropbox or something for like in my files for like security purposes, let's say.
Okay, but if you're not sharing them, you shouldn't have to worry about it.
But I need to know if I want to. What if I want to share them? At this point, I kind of want to.
I'm telling you, it's against Nevada law.
I know, but what's the case?
And then you said you don't screenshot them, but then all of a sudden now you're saying you do.
No, but I kind of want to now. Like if she's kind of harassing me, so I feel like I kind of want to. But like, what's the law?
Well, if you need to, then file a report down there if you're getting harassed.
I know, but what's the Nevada law?
Let me see if I was just doing some searching because here's the thing. I'm a patrol officer. I'm not going to toot my horn and say I'm the best detective or anything, right? So I had to do my due diligence and do some searching as well. So I didn't copy everything because we don't, there's so many laws that we just don't know them all, especially like traffic laws. So sometimes we need to do a little bit of extra searching and things like that. So let me see if I did.
I feel like to have a police officer telling me because to have a police officer telling me it's against the law to do that. I actually have several examples of her sending so many screenshots to me from other people. So
well, then that other person would be the victim.
I could also inform that person that she would be the victim of this.
You could, yeah.
But my question is like, I mean, obviously you don't know the case law off the top of your head. I have an officer calling me, spouting something is the law, and I want to know what, like, so I can wait a second for sure. Like, I know, like, I'm giving you grace here. Like, I get it. You don't have all day. Like,
yeah, I'm with you guys in chat. I don't understand why. I mean, she's being cordial. She's, just trying to get more information. And with the time and energy he spent with Grayson and Lauren, like, she's just asking, like, hey, can you back that up? And for the case law, like, it shouldn't be that hard of a request.
I can't even remember my kids' names in a row sometimes. Like, I can't even imagine remembering all the laws. So I can wait a second for sure, but I definitely am curious.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. See if I because I did put a lot of stuff. So I did not take a full report, right? Because everything I had. So are you telling me? So just let me ask you this flat out question then, since we're talking. So you have not screenshotted text messages and shared them with other parties?
I want to answer you honestly here, so I have to think.
Never mind.
No, I quite possibly. I want to answer completely honestly.
Okay.
If I've done that with Lauren, like I genuinely have nothing. I can't think of any moment I have right now off the top of my head. No, but
Okay.
I'm like 99% confident of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I would hate to be like I'm 1,000% confident and then be like, oh,
I get you.
months and months ago, this like, nothing burger.
You are right. I get it. Yeah. What happened 5 years ago? 8 months ago, whatever.
Unfortunately, I was not friends with her 5 years ago. Whew. Oh. I bless the hearts of the girls who are, and I say that respectfully, not in the Southern way. I live in the South, and they don't say that in a nice way. I don't mean it in that Southern way. I mean it legit. I've cried tears for them with what they've gone through. So yeah, I'd say 99% sure.
Okay.
But okay, I'm waiting for you to keep looking. Sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in
Because for me, like as a person getting a call from an officer in another state claiming something is against the law in that state, I want to know the law. If I have an officer calling me,
Yep.
But are you harassing me as the officer? I don't think you are. I'm just saying, like I am on guard here, so I need to know what this law is.
Let's see if I can find it here. That's one thing that I didn't, looking through my notes, I didn't copy that exact one.
And I think we all acknowledge, just give her the case law, no problem in asking the officer that. I think I also have to acknowledge that this is just such BS and that this officer, I think, is over this situation probably days prior to this, unfortunately, and it's just not a main priority.
And of all the things that I researched that day, that's one of them that I did not copy. So it's going to take me.
If you want to email me too, like you have my email address now as well.
Yeah, I could. When I find it, I'll find it. When I find it, I'll.
Can I do have a couple of questions if you don't mind.
Yeah. I know you had several questions in the email, so go ahead and shoot.
Yeah. What is what's the, did you say extortion, or like what is isn't that the extortion someone trying to threaten for monetary gain or personal gain to some degree?
Yeah. Why are you asking that?
Like was there a threat in that email?
Why do you, I got a question. Why are you bringing up extortion though?
Because you brought that up.
I did?
What's the gain?
Oh my gosh, you can't even keep track of what he's brought up to them. Oh man. Hey, Sleuthy. Yeah, this is definitely the video that goes along with the incident report that is in the Google Drive that you shared, Sleuthy, and that I read on my channel last week. So there's going to be more questions that Christina has for this guy.
When did I bring up extortion?
I don't know. Maybe I don't. At the beginning, like you said, there's some sort of threat. Maybe was the word. I mean, I can't remember the exact word here, but that's the vibe I got. Like, what threat is the, or harm? Was it harm reputation? I'm trying to go back in my mind. Some sort, whatever the end game is. What's the claim here? Like, what is?
I already shared it with you.
Oh gosh. Can I file? Like, I need to file then for your body cam footage because I don't remember. I should have written that down. Okay, so in my email, these things are down. Okay, clarification on the nature of the complaint made against me, including what, if any, statute or violation is being alleged. And then you said
okay, so there's no complaint straight up against you. Your name was included in a list of other possibilities of a person that may have shared text messages that are personal to her in matter that could harm her reputation. So when that happens, it could be criminal. It could be. State of Nevada says you cannot share private text messages and private phone conversations. And then on top of that, if there is damages and then there's obviously harm intended, then you're talking about having a civil lawsuit coming against you for defamation and other.
Okay, and then so I'm not the subject of an official investigation or report. That's what you're saying.
So not at this time, no. So based on the information I initially had, so when we get a call for service, right? I'm guessing you don't do any of this.
Why won't he just say everything I have so far shows there's no crime?
The stuff that she does, right?
I mean, I'm privately contracted by, and I do some work for, but I don't.
You do investigations though, or like criminal type investigations.
I'm on retainer. I'm on freelance for them.
Okay, so but you're not doing like criminal investigations in depth ones like a detective though, right? Or are you?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
No, gosh, in my dreams maybe, but no.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is because that kind of helps me understand the level of knowledge you have within this arena, in a sense. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I understand the true crime, like the true crime. That's why I'm asking for like these in-depth questions.
Right, and that's what I. The questions were kind of odd for me, so I was like, why would she need this, whatever? So what ends up happening is we get a call for service, right? The call for service is for this, that, whatever. It could be petty larceny, could be, civil matter, could be, a number of things, right? So based on the call for service, the initial call for service, the initial notes for dispatcher, we go to the scene and we talk to the individual, right? Based on the initial meeting with that individual, who we'll call a person that reports, it might turn into, yes, they are a victim, or maybe they're not a victim. So sometimes they say certain things and they don't understand the law. So we need to educate them what the law says. So if it is something that they talk to us about and there is proper proof that a law had been, broken, then we'll take a criminal report. And the criminal report, so then they become a victim at that time. Otherwise, it's an allegation possibly, or something that's just unfounded, or something we just take the information and hang on to until something else comes to light out of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So every call for service we go to, whether it's an accident or whatever, because even an accident, we might not give a criminal citation to, when I say criminal, a traffic citation. So every call for service that we have as a police officer, we go, we talk, we make sense of what the situation is, and then we take notes and go from there the proper direction that we need to go. All right. So not every call for service ends up being a report, and not every report becomes a true investigation. Sometimes a report is just documenting stuff, and it's a non-criminal report at that time. Based on what she was telling me, there was absolutely nothing I had at that time to say that a crime.
And these reports stayed just incident reports. These weren't filed as criminal reports. And we see that in the files that Sleuthy Goosey posted. These just remained, minor incident reports. Waste of everybody's time, pretty much.
Crime had been committed, or for that matter, who truly committed a crime, because of the information that I had. Does that make sense?
Yep, I'm following.
So we will still make a few phone calls on that person's behalf Let's say it's a neighbor, right? Apartment complex or next door neighbor, and they're having problems with the person down the street or up above them. Hey, we can document this stuff. I can call this person. I can stop by their house. I can talk to them. Do you want me to do that? Yes or no? No, it's just going to raise flags. I don't want to create any hassle. I don't want to do this. So therefore, no, don't contact them. I just want to document it. Okay, we won't contact them. Oh, yes, please contact them. I want them to know that this is a serious matter to me, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. So in this case, I contacted you based on her request to have a conversation with you and to basically say, hey, here's what it is in Nevada to break the law, and please don't go down those roads if you haven't, blah, blah, blah. So, it's not necessarily an investigation. We're having a conversation and listening to what you got to say. She didn't even think you'd even possibly talk to me and a couple with the other people that I called, same thing. So, and sometimes when this stuff is out there and I have a conversation with somebody, maybe people have thoughts of doing something, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, maybe it's not a good idea.
I will be straight up with you. She has said some terrible things, and she is scrambling. Like, she has done some pretty freaking awful things.
Yep.
She is so nervous. And it's not me. I will let other people tell their story if they want. I have zero interest in sharing other people's stories or names when it's not my own. But I will say, from my own perspective, you are being used as a pawn in her game, and she is so scared that what she has said and what she has done becomes public information, because it is so awful. It is so awful. And that right there is why I'll talk to you. She doesn't think I'll talk to you because really I don't have anything to say. I made it very clear from the beginning of our friendship. I don't talk shit on people. I don't want to hear anyone talk shit on anyone. That is too heavy in my life. I don't want that. I like people. I genuinely like people. And I've experienced some people like this human being where I come to a crossroads of whether I'm going to like people or not still, because, one bad lemon or whatever doesn't make them all bad. But I'm just saying, she is terrified that the things she has done and what she has said is going to become public, and she's trying to scare people into silence, and you're being used as her pawn. So I suggest, I really would like to know what is the case law that is being used as this complaint, because in my opinion, it is.
Are you referring to the phone call to Stephanie on his body cam? And thank you so much for the super chat.
Completely unfounded and completely unbiased. And I'm ticked off that your good resources, because I'm not joking. I wasn't even saying that to offer a, suck up or brown nose you. You guys do.
I bet you as long as his camera was on, it's going to be out within days for those who filed the Freedom of Information Act. So I think there's more to come, I think, with this chaos.
Doing this is so admirable to me, because I'm pissed, and I'm also pissed. I'm also pissed that my local police department freaking sucks right now. And here I am, this girl has used her local police department as a pawn to scare people into silence, because what she's done is that messed up. Officer, I'm so sorry, but it is so messed up. And guess what? I have zero desire to get anything out of her. Her reputation, that's on her, not on me. I'm not. She can do whatever she wants with her own reputation, but she's done it. And if other people decide to talk about it publicly, I mean, I don't, whatever. But I just don't, you're just respectfully being used as her pawn to scare people. And I'm not scared, so I'm talking to you.
Isn't that interesting? I agree. Before he spoke with Stephanie, Christina wasn't on the radar. Stephanie and Colette were. Exactly. Because when he came in from his call with Gigi and he said, Gigi believes that maybe Stephanie might know more, or I mean, Christina might know more about this subject. You just saw like a mental note go through Lauren's head, like, oh, okay, then that's who's behind all this. Like without, then he followed it up with, but that's just speculation. So unfortunately, I don't think, like I said, I don't think he heard, but that's speculation, and she went with it. And then they moved the target to be Christina, but they use all this stuff with all these other people and accumulate it and combine it to make it seem like it's all Christina. So the 9-hour stream that we're going to go over tomorrow night, unless that call with Stephanie comes out prior, that in the defamation suit with Johnny and Amber Heard, we're going to look and see. It's going to show us that there was nothing that Christina was doing that warranted all this. And thank you so much, Rosie. She says, thank you for covering this, Amber. I had not seen this. You rock. It's a crazy rabbit hole we kind of fell into.
Because I haven't done anything wrong. And so that's where I'm like, hey, if you're going to be, I want to know like you're being used as her pawn. What is the law that she is using? Because this is like, she has a pattern and a history of this. And I might not be an investigator, but I sure as hell am talking to people that were in her life years ago that actually like live really close to me, or that I have millions of mutual friends with, because it's like, are you okay? Like, is this a pattern? Like, what's going on here?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yes. And I know that there was declarations that Lauren, didn't go through during her 9-hour stream, like skipped over people's statements and certain things. But yeah, when we are going to do our deep dive into the 9-hour tomorrow night and the defamation case with Johnny and Amber, there'll be times when we'll definitely source the files that she's referring to, especially the ones that she doesn't bring up.
You're right. If she is using me, that is a shame, right? But once again, we go to every call for service and we try to make sense of it based on what I had.
Yeah, no, I appreciate.
Okay, so, but please listen, please.
And isn't it unfortunate that Christina tried to tell this guy, like, you're being bamboozled, and he didn't want to hear it? Because think about it. He's spent so much time and energy right now backing what he thought the victim was, who he thought the victim was, and he won't see it any other way. Like, he already has confirmation biased in this whole situation. And because Christina is asking questions that he doesn't have the answers for, like the case law, like, Christina is going to be seen as the bad one in his confirmation bias.
Okay, you just talked and talked. I'll let you finish. Just give me a second, all right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. Sorry.
All right. So it's straight, clean, cut, and simple, right? I wanted to talk to you. She asked that I call you, talk to you about the situation. You say you know nothing about it. Although I will tell you, you made certain comments that makes it sound like you do know a little bit of something. But if you're not willing to talk to me about it, that's it. I don't care how horrible a person you are, how horrible your friends are, she is, her friends. I don't care about that. There's a ton of rotten people out there, a ton of them. And people can talk smack about people all they want. It's a First Amendment rights, okay? It doesn't matter. They are shitty people out there, to include shitty parents, right? But until it crosses criminality, they're just shitty people. So what I'm trying to figure out is, was there a crime that was committed? At this time, I don't have nothing, but she wanted me to talk to you and have a conversation with you, a candid conversation, and that's what we're having, okay? I'm not going to go deep into, answering all your questions on this. If these are the answers you have that you know nothing about it in a sense, and you're not copying them and sharing them, great. Now, if you do that, I would be extremely careful, Because yes, it could pass criminality, and there could be a civil lawsuit.
But that's not criminal. Why would a police officer be involved?
I just told you. They call us. They call us. She thought that there was some criminal activity with this, so I go there and I talk to her and figure it out. People do this all the time. They think something's criminal when it's not. They think threats and harassments are criminal when it's not. Threats have to be very specific in the state of Nevada. So sometimes we have to educate people. Okay.
I really wish he would have had this tone with Lauren and Grayson.
Okay. So she's not using me.
Oh, but sir, she did use you. That's the problem. She's not using me. How are you so certain of that?
Well, she may be using me in a sense, but
oh my gosh, this is just embarrassing. Like, I feel bad for this cop. Like, he was warned that you're being a pawn in her whole scheme. And now look, it's all public and they see, like, dude, she tried to tell you, you wouldn't hear it. And this guy handles criminal situations. I hate to see that.
my tactic is not to scare anybody. My tactic is to get information and go from there. Okay? Now, if you think she's using me and she's a rotten person and said tons of rotten things.
Yeah, I think that could be the case. DB said he totally got used and he knows it. He's just denying it right now because he's embarrassed. I think that's totally what it is. Yeah, his ego is a little bit butthurt. Yeah, I definitely think that's what it is. But he won't backtrack at this point.
Hey, so be it. There are a lot of rotten people. Look at politics. Look at the congressman. Look at
I feel like a lot of this anger is misdirected.
all of the political people up in Washington, D.C. Lies coming out of their mouths all the time. The news people, propaganda, news, lies all the time. So yes, there are a ton of horrible people that say horrible things out there. And is she scared of being outed? Very possible. If her livelihood depends on it, I can see where she would be very, very concerned. All right. But once again, she asked I call you, have a candid conversation, and be like, look, this would be against the law in Nevada based on this. And then that's it. You know, you are across state lines. I told her, says, if you got that much concerns and everything else, go to the FBI, you know, get them involved because you got interstate stuff going on across, you know, all across the states. And it's involving the internet with certain things. So maybe the FBI needs to get involved. So that's where we're at. Do you have any other questions?
No, I just feel really awful for interrupting you earlier.
Well, that's okay. Thank you for apologizing. Everybody has emotions when it comes to certain things. What this comes down to truly is if somebody says, this is kind of me taking myself out of the officer's role in a sense. If somebody says rotten things about somebody else, they're just a rotten person. Cut yourself off and let it go to the wind. But if there's anything being focused with that and pushed out to help harm them, there's multiple people that are being harmed and not just the one person, you know? And is it worth it? Is worth all that aggravation, all that bad juju and all the tension and everything else really worth it? Sometimes it's better just to what I called in the military, cut sling load and let it go.
This is July 3rd. And yeah, he still is like kind of lecturing her like she's the problem here. Like, dude.
You know, or in church, bless it and let it go. So
I am on your same page here.
But
I do like that.
But so it's not worth getting entangled in this and having it go to a level where maybe all of a sudden she gets just enough, whatever that is, and does a lawsuit against you, and then you're paying out of your butt for a lawyer to.
Another ironic statement warning Christina about getting tied up in a lawsuit with Lauren, when really I think that from what everyone's opinions are, and hey, Karen Cole, good to see you. He's talking to Christina right now, Karen, and we listened to Gigi in the beginning of the stream, but I think that Christina, ironically, is the one who has something possibly against Lauren as far as a civil lawsuit.
To defend yourself. I mean, politics. They did that to Donald Trump. Threw a bunch of stuff at him, and he had to spend millions of dollars to, clear his name.
Totally. She wouldn't do that though, because then they'd have to do discovery on her phone, and that would be the opposite of what she wants in this situation.
And maybe that's the case, but once again, there can be criminal intent. There can be criminal intent and criminal action in the smallest thing sometimes. So sometimes it's just not worth it, because even if she had some bad stuff on her, even if her reputation is damaged, a criminal record can be just as bad. And then the reputation of others involved, because now all of a sudden you're a news source that you can't trust. Because now you're considered a criminal, or you got a criminal lawsuit. Nobody wants to touch you, and all of a sudden you can't even get work.
Totally. So, I guess I'm curious. Obviously, I am curious about, because I don't remember word for word what was said, and in this conversation, you said you're recording it through Bodycam footage.
Yep.
How do I file to get that?
You'd have to talk to probably records. I think I don't know. I mean, even to get copies of my notes. I mean, I could give you the incident number. I mean.
Yeah. Could I get the
some of that stuff? Some of that stuff is redacted, so I don't know what you'll see and everything like that. So, I mean, but you gotta. I don't know if they do it online, because what they do is they charge $10 per copy now. So I don't know if there's a way to do it online, or if you need to show up in person since you're out of state. So I don't know how that works. I just.
My phone is out there close to you guys. I can make a trip down one. No, I just can ask. I can have info grab it, I'm sure.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, you're not going to learn any more than what I just told you, really. So, if you're ready to copy, I'll give you the incident number.
Yeah, what's the incident number?
This info is redacted, in case you were wondering.
Also, I really appreciate what you said, and I just want to be clear. I don't want to insult. I did not mean to insult you by calling you a pawn in our game, because it has.
Oh no, don't worry. No, don't worry about that one.
I was feeling that where I was interrupting you. I was just wanting to make it clear that I was not meaning that as an insult to you as a person, because, like I said, I just want you to come move out here at this point, because we need support people like police officers like you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But is there any more questions you have for me? Happy to answer anything I possibly can.
Well, she sounded a lot more genuine than Lauren did when they were thanking him.
Let me give you the incident number for today, that because if you want the body cam from us talking, I guess. Today is.
I mean, is it different than the one you just gave me?
So the one I just gave you was from the other day, from when I spoke to Lauren originally.
Okay.
Because I know you're very concerned about that, right?
I just want everything in my records.
That's fine.
I just, if you were me, I feel like you'd probably be the same. Just have everything in your records, stuff like this.
If I had no dirty part of, personally for me, if I did nothing, if I didn't copy any text messages or anything like that, I wouldn't care. But that's on you.
I 100% respect that, because if this was a normal person that we were dealing with, 1,000%.
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know her as well, so that's fine. So that's the incident number. That's the incident number from the other day when I called multiple people and spoke to Lauren.
More redactions.
And the HP as well.
It's HP is like Henderson Police, so it's you can put that in there, but the records they'll know.
Okay, awesome. And then a quick question: what are you gonna tell Lauren we talked? Like, what do I just out of curiosity?
I don't.
Care if you do, don't.
No, I don't intend to call her. No.
Okay.
So
what do you think I should ask you? If I was me, what do you think I should ask you? I mean, if our roles were reversed, what would you, as a police officer, but with your knowledge, but as me, what do you think I should ask you? If I needed it, yeah.
Everything that I basically already told you. Why are you calling me? Why are we speaking? I already told you why I'm speaking. She had concerns of private text messages being shared that would hurt her reputation. Okay, did I not? You're saying you did not, right?
Yeah, 99% sure.
Okay, so therefore, that's all the information I have right now from you is saying you did not do this. You did not copy text messages. You did not share text messages. So then the other part is, well, if by chance, I did, which I didn't, but if by chance I did, what would be the repercussions? Well, in the state of Nevada, we have the law that says it's private conversation that you can't share it, right? Other than that, that's about it. Oh, and then the part that, there could be civil liabilities. And we tell people this, like sometimes I'll reference when we go to domestic battery, right? Or excuse me, a family disturbance between a husband and wife. Sometimes it's just a bunch of yelling and emotions get caught up, and then we say, okay, cool. Hey, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with, yelling at each other. Just let you know, neighbor heard, they got concerned. That's why we're here. Okay. So here's the thing. You guys are married. You got a domestic relationship in Nevada. Here's the battery laws. So make sure you don't push, throw, this, that, whatever. So we give fair warning of, if you pass these things, it'll be considered domestic battery, and that's a crime, So therefore, we'll end up having to take somebody to jail. So we give the fair warning that this, and constitutes a crime. So therefore, that's my example. So same thing when I have conversations like this, when there's kind of a question and answer kind of time frame, not a true investigation in a sense. It's like, well, okay, here's where we're at. If you were to pass these lines, here's a possibility. Well, if lines were to be passed, you could be, a civil lawsuit be, put up against you by the other party. So there's basically the warning that I have for you.
Okay,
there's really nothing more to know.
No, totally. And you'll email me
I'm kind of disappointed because it came up right away on my first page when I looked it up a couple weeks ago. So I know I saw it. I don't know why I didn't make a full copy of it, but I will try to find that again and send it to you if I see it.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
I appreciate it. Well, thank you for your time, and
yeah, she just.
If there's anything else I can do for you.
Yeah, just the other persons I spoke to as well kind of had some of the same comments, where Lauren could be a better person, could keep her mouth shut maybe on certain things, and Lauren's possibly concerned about her reputation, which I get it. And they said they weren't even involved with certain things. Like, it's okay, and it's what it is. So.
Totally.
All right.
Totally. I appreciate it. And again, if you need a chat with someone who might interrupt you, just call me.
No. I mean, I can understand.
People are going to be thinking about that for like a week now. Oh, I interrupted this officer. And I feel so bad. So here's the thing. We deal with people that are usually very emotional about what's going on. So sometimes when our emotions are taken over, we, have diarrhea of the mouth and we keep on talking. So I do not. I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
No, I do not take I can't take anything personal with this job. Are you kidding me? I got people bad mouthing me from the back seat, So.
I support the men in blue, so I just always want to, and I respect the men in blue, and I want to always show my respect, and that's why I got in my head for a second too of like, oh, I'm coming across disrespectful, and all I care. I am very respectful of the police and what you guys do, and there's a lot of people who aren't, so I just needed to make sure that was clear.
Okay. Well, thank.
Anyway, you have a great evening, and yeah, let me know if you need anything else.
All right.
Okay, everybody. So some of the key takeaways. One is Christina claimed that this Proton email was actually sent by no one other than Lauren herself, but couldn't back up that claim and didn't want to reveal why she thinks that. So that we kind of have to leave up in the air as like interesting, but we need more on that. We need more receipts and explanation of all that. That's always nice to see. Not saying it's not true, but I would love to see more to back that up. Another key takeaway is so far we haven't seen, now this is July 3rd, that phone call with Lauren. The incident that we saw on the body cam and the call with Gigi is June 19th. So that is the first alert to authorities of everything. And not once have we heard so far that there's a threat of stalking. So as of right now, all that's being put out there is Lauren says that there has been hacking.
To determine that was a lie.
So far, Lauren has said that there was extortion.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So where exactly does stalking come from? Well, that was something that someone in chat brought up that we've kind of noted as well. The officer in Boise, Idaho, kind of suggests that maybe that's what this actually would be classified as more. So then all of a sudden, everything gets away from, oh, I'm being extorted. Oh, I'm being, there's hacking going on. Like they were told there's no crime. So then they kind of switch things up and kind of, okay, then we'll label this a different thing if that's going to be considered a crime. So very interesting revelations there. And yes, that call with Christina does coincide with the incident report that I put a video out. So if you want to get like a summary based off of what the officer wrote, then the incident reports for June 19th and July 3rd are on my channel in a video form. If you haven't seen the Gypsy Rose leaked videos that I put out today, check out those. They're very interesting and deranged. I'm going to link in chat Alex Erickson's stream, her channel right now, and her stream is live right now. So I'd like everyone to click the link in the chat and let's go and do an ATS News raid in her chat. So click the link and tell them that you came from me, and I'll meet you guys over there because I'm going to moderate. And then tomorrow night, we're going to go through and continue our study in defamation, which will be us going through the 9-hour stream of Lauren and comparing it and coinciding it with clips from the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation trial. So we've already done 3 streams with that. We've gotten sidetracked with these body cams that have come out, but we have to go through them as they were getting released. And I think the Stephanie call will probably be released next. If that was also on camera. So we've heard Gigi's call, but we haven't heard Stephanie's call. So we'll do a follow-up if Jay or if Hella puts out those videos, we'll be following that as well. But yeah, join me tomorrow night around the same time. And what's scheduled is our defamation study. So that'll be Hidden True Crime 9-hour. And then, like I said, the Johnny Depp. So the link that I just posted in the channel of the stream we're going to is called Alex Erickson. She's covering the Rebecca Park case, which I also put a video out. So check that video out and let's go to the chat and see what's being said about that case as well. So there it is in chat, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow night. So tomorrow night at 8, Sunday night at 8, Sunday night will probably be our Chris Watts weekly deep dive as well. So I'll see you guys all then, and you guys have a wonderful night.